Red Dead Online, a game that promised so much, but has delivered so little. A game that had so much potential, yet it has fallen into obscurity. If you were to ask someone what they thought about Red Dead Online, they would most likely say that it's empty, or that it's unfinished. This should not be the case, especially for the online extension to the greatest game that was ever released. But what is it really like to play Red Dead Online in 2024? Is it as empty and unpolished as people say? Or is there a secret beauty that some just cannot see? All of these questions will be answered as we look at the sad state of Red Dead Online in 2024. So just before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to ask you to like this video and subscribe if you enjoy. We just hit 250 subscribers, and honestly guys, that is just crazy. When I started this channel, I was expecting to hit 250 subs after a year, not just after a couple months, so thank you all so much for that. And my next goal is to try and hit 300 subscribers, and ideally I would like to do that before Christmas, so any help in getting me there will be very much appreciated. And just one more thing, I've recently started a Twitch page. So if you're someone who enjoys my content and wants to watch me play the games in a more relaxed environment and less formal environment, then please feel free to come and drop by. I mean, ideally I wanted to stream on YouTube, but, I play on Xbox and they don't allow straight streaming to YouTube, so that is unfortunate, so Twitch will have to do. I don't plan on streaming very often, but when I do, I look forward to seeing you all there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, so let's actually get into the video. So, the first thing you may notice when playing Red Dead Online in 2024 is that it feels empty. Nowadays, when I'm playing a game of Red Dead Online, it is very rare that I will actually bump into a random person. I mean, if I'm lucky, I might bump into like 3 people per session. I mean, it's just like, it's so empty nowadays, especially compared to what it used to be like. And it just feels like there's a lot less people in the lobbies nowadays. And something else I've noticed which is quite concerning is Valentine, which is quite known in Red Dead Online for being an absolute war zone. I haven't had like a huge fight with a lot of people in a long time. Hell, I don't remember the last time I went into Valentine there was more than 3 people. So that is quite concerning, especially for, if you know Valentine's reputation, because usually, maybe 2 years ago, or even less than that, you would go into Valentine and you would be lucky to not find a gunfight consisting of like 9 people minimum. I mean, it was crazy. And now that it just seems empty, it really just feels off. And it doesn't feel like the game that I know and love. But what happened to these people? I mean, why did they stop playing? The most likely cause that leads people to leave Red Dead Online is the lack of updates. And we all know that Red Dead Online hasn't been updated in literal years, so why would they give up now? I think that they're just bored. I mean, I think they've done everything in the game, all over, many times, and now they just have nothing to do, so they move on. But unfortunately, that is just what happens when you don't update your game for years. I mean, you can't just not update your game and expect the player count to remain the same. It will always dramatically decrease. And it's this lack of updates that leads people to believe that Red Dead Online is boring. And at first, I didn't understand this point, but now that I've mostly completed pretty much everything in online, I'm starting to understand their point, because after a certain level, there's just not that much to do anymore. I mean, sure, I can spend my day grinding all of the roles, but then what am I going to spend my money on? I've already got enough guns, I've already got wagons, I've already got a horse that I'm happy with, I've already got all the clothes that I need. Like, what am I going to do with the money? I have everything I need. There's no point in grinding anymore, so what's the point in playing? I believe this is most players' mentality, and that's the cause of why they all left, because there is simply just nothing more for them to do. And personally, I find that completely understandable. As a low level, you're presented with quite a lot to do, but when you reach that certain level, there's just a huge fall off, and you just find yourself doing the same tasks over and over again, for little to no reward, to be honest, because as I said before, there's really no point in playing. But something else that has damaged the reputation of Red Dead Online is that it is attached to Red Dead Redemption 2, which in my opinion is the greatest game of all time. So when you see a game that is so great like Red Dead 2, and then you see that it's got an online expansion and it's lacking content and it doesn't even get updated anymore, people are going to look at that and then just wonder, well, why bother? I'll just play the story and move on to the next game. And honestly, at this point, people are right to do so. I mean, what is the actual point of playing Red Dead Online anymore? I mean, as I've said many times in this video, you get to a certain point and then there's just nothing to do. So what is the point in starting the journey if there is no ending? I mean, myself, I find it incredibly frustrating that all the hours that I've put in the game, it's almost for nothing, as there's just no end goal, there's just nothing I can do anymore. And I know that a lot of other high levels have the same issue, that there's just no end game content at all. And this is really not helped by the fact that Rockstar have stopped all major updates, which means there will never be any endgame content ever added to the game. So, why even bother playing this game? To answer that question, we're going to need to think about why I still play Red Dead Online. And I think a big part of why I still play the game all the time is that I just love the main story so much that I just wanted more from this world, which is probably why I've put in so many hours into this game. And something else that helps it is I just really enjoy the Western genre as a whole. And so a game that is based in that Western genre, like Red Dead Online, massively appeals to me. But not everyone's like me. So when I think of any other reason why people may still play Red Dead Online, it's either that they're a low level and they have a lot of content still to play, or maybe they just enjoy the vibe, they just like the nature. I mean, it is one of the most beautiful games that I've ever played, and the wildlife in Red Dead Online is incredible. So maybe it's that, but other than that, I can't really think of anything. I mean, the gameplay, sure, it's good, but like you can get similar and in a lot of other cases, a lot better gameplay in other games, so I don't really think it's that. So, if you still play Red Dead Online, make sure to put down in the comments below the reason you've stayed this whole time, because I'm really curious to hear why anyone would stay here, like, other than the reasons that I've already listed. And something else that, like, pushed people away from the game was, there used to be a lot of problems and glitches in Red Dead Online, especially, like, within the last year. I mean, with modders or just, like, the stable glitch was a big one. That even affected me. That was crazy. But mainly glitches only affect PC players. But, you know, most of that... Well, I've not really heard any complaints about that recently. So hopefully that's all been resolved. But overall, is Red Dead Online actually worth playing in 2024? In my opinion, no. I don't think it's worth your time. I only think it is worth your time if you're like me and you just love the genre and you just love the main story. That is the only reason why I think you should probably still play Red Dead Online, just so you can experience more of that world. Because other than that, it's just not really got much to offer. As I've said, there's no end game, so there's really no reward for the hundreds and thousands of hours that you'll put in the grinding to this game. So there's really just no point. And I'm not happy to be saying any of this. I mean, like, this is a game that I hold close to my heart. But in 2024, even I have to admit, it's just not worth it anymore. There will never be any more updates, there will never be any more content, so I would spend most of your time doing something that'll actually matter, so go play another game that actually gets updated, actually gets more content, and actually has more players that play the game every day. So yeah, that's my opinion on the state of Red Dead Online in 2024. Make sure to give me your takes in the comments below, and as always, remember to like this video if you have enjoyed it, and please subscribe. As I said in the beginning, I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers before Christmas, and any help in getting me there will be very much appreciated. Remember to follow my Twitch. I don't know when I'll be streaming, but I'm sure it'll be a good time, so make sure to tag along. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.